first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Throwing is Newton. Over the middle here to Brown. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now Newton on first down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On second down, here's Newton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, try and put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Here's Griffin to throw. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it'll be 3rd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the... And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Kelvin Benjamin from 6 yards away. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do and the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle.
2nd down following the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Once again, Griffin. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he's brought down after a good game. And boy, Charles, there's a guy, Terrell Pryor, had a great week 2 of the preseason. Had a 50-yard touchdown catch while being defended by Desmond Trufant.
Who's a really good corner. I know that's the point of the whole thing. His improvement as a receiver has been phenomenal. Formerly a quarterback, could not find his niche in the league as a receiver. He may have found a home in Cleveland.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Griffin looking for Barnage, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. A dump off here to Stewart. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll set up the screen for Stewart, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Now Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They snap it to Newton. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. Going underneath for Crowell. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the red zone now, here's Griffin on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Now it's Griffin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Carolina offense offense as they get ready to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by the former first-rounder, Justin Gilbert. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Griffin. And here's the first NFL catch for Corey Coleman. A good pickup there at 22. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell taking it in. Out, and the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. Travis Coons now to add the extra point. And his kick is good. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That goes for a gain of 31. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 3rd down, Jonathan Stewart. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Shift together, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. So they're going to go for 2. Cam looking to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. And that is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, here's Justin Gilbert. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Griffin on second down. Caught left side. It's Barnage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And Barnage has it on the right side. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Griffin. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's brought down after a good game.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
To throw on second down is Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Really excellent job there of just going up and getting it.
Brandon, I'm a defender. I shouldn't be this excited, but what a play.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barkevius Mingo coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. Here's Newton now on second down. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he slides to avoid the hit. A gain of 13 and also a first down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what?
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 2nd and 10, Newton eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise,
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. And this is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this Browns defense stands tall. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Second and 10. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable. In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was a good play, an incompletion that feels like a disappointment. The ball was tipped in the air, a chance for an interception, and you can just feel the home crowd coming together thinking, this is the big play we've been looking for. And when it falls to the ground, a little bit of disappointment, even though it was a good play.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second and 10 now. Griffin. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. And the Panthers coming out now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it, make them do it again.
He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The catch made over the middle by Ginn. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And here we go on 1st and goal. Stewart on the counter. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And on 2nd and 10 now. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Griffin. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, 40 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Newton gives off to Stewart. And he got... And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Newton. to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. A gutsy decision there going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Demario Davis in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing here, Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.